Assalamu alaikum learners, how are you? I hope you are fine and safe at your homes. Class 7th, unit number 3, it's your ninth lecture. Learners, open your book, page number 13. This is unit number 3. The topic is the Crusades, Renaissance and Age of Discovery. Now we start reading. With the fall of Constantinople in 1453, Europe entered the period known as the Middle Age or Dark Age, and many of the great advancements made by the Greeks and the Romans came to be forgotten. There were frequent attacks by various tribes like the Vikings, Huns, and Vandals, who killed, plundered, and destroyed at will. European people live in constant war, poverty, and hunger, and many of their generation suffered these tribal conditions, especially from the 7th of each 10th century. Christianity unites Europe. In Europe, Rome became the center of Christianity and the church became stronger from the 6th century onward. The Bishop of Rome, the Pope, was considered their leaders. Charles managed a strong Christian ruler from what is now France, defeated the pagan tribes and also supported the Pope, who crowned him as Holy Roman Emperor in the year 1800. Christianity gradually spread through Europe, with most countries following Rome, while Greece and Russia were linked to the Orthodox. Orthodox means strictly traditional church in Byzantium. By 1200, Europe was more stable and peaceful, but most of the Christian lands, except for Byzantium, were quite backward as compared to the Muslim civilization and the Far East. In the meantime, Islamic civilization reached its zenith. Zenith means highest point or peak. During this period, the Muslims took it upon themselves to translate the works of the Greeks and Romans into Arabic and then built upon that knowledge to give the world great scientific and academic progress in geography, chemistry, astronomy, mathematics, philosophy, historiography, medicine, and cartography, as well as architecture and art. The Crusades. Another development in Europe which had a lasting effect on the Muslim Empire was the Crusades, which took place from the end of the 11th century to the end of the 13th century. The Crusades, meaning wars of the cross. The Christian symbols were fought to win Jerusalem back from the Muslims. Jerusalem is a city that is scared to the Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike. Jerusalem had been conquered during Hazrat Umar Rahmatullah Khilafat and Christians were allowed to. Learners, on this page in figure 3.1 you can see a 13th century painting showing crusade ships. Learners, now turn page number 14. Visit their holy sites, but in the 11th century the situation changed under Seljuk rulers who Orion and Anatolia, and pilgrimage by Christians to Jerusalem were disrupted. The Christians in Europe wanted to recover Jerusalem, and in 1095 the Pope urged them to fight for the cross. There were four main crusades from 1096 to 1204. The Christians succeeded in 1099 and controlled Jerusalem till Salahuddin Ayyubi won it back in 1188. However, some towns along the Mediterranean coast of Palestine remained under Christian rule. The later crusades were less about religion and more about conquering and ruling the territories gained by the crusaders. Eventually, in the early 14th century, the Mamluk rulers of Egypt won back the remaining coastal towns of Antioch and Acre, besides other territories. The Renaissance. As a result of the interaction between the European and the Muslims, there was an exchange of knowledge, especially from the east to the west, which resulted in the Renaissance, the rebirth of learning, knowledge, and progress in Europe. People turned again to the art and technology of the ancient Greeks and Romans, made available by the Arabs and Muslims through translation, which improved their living conditions. The Renaissance, French adapted from Latin meaning rebirth, started in the Italy around 1350 and continued up to 1600. In spread throughout Europe and became the bridge between the medieval and middle age in and the modern age that followed it. Great advances were made in several fields such as geography, astronomy, chemistry, physics, mathematics, medicine, manufacturing, and engineering. When the Ottomans conquered Constantinople in 1453, many Greek scholars fled to Europe where their learning spread quickly with the use of paper and the printing press, and combined with the learning of the Islamic world started the age of discovery. Learned on this page there is a figure in 3.2, a European and an Islamic scholar studying geometry. Learners now open page number 15. Leonardo da Vinci, 1452 to 1519, the Renaissance man. One of the greatest inquiring minds of the Renaissance was that of Leonardo da Vinci, a native of Florence, the center of Renaissance in Europe. He was a polymath, painter, sculptor, architect, musician, scientist, anatomist, mathematician, engineer, and inventor. Leonardo became famous as a painter, and his best known works as the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper. He observed nature very carefully and made detailed drawing of his findings with notes covering 4,000 pages. Leonardo was fascinated by the human body and its miraculous working. His drawings include the human frame in skeleton form with muscles, trying to work out how the body worked. He even designed a flying machine with revolving pedals as he saw the possibility of human flight. He worked on design for a tank and a helicopter as well as several ideas for other subjects. Thus, Leonardo symbolizes the spirit of learning and intellectual courtesy of the Renaissance. Learners on this page, there are three pictures in figure 3.3. Top left, you can see a model of a flying machine based on the Vinci's drawing. Below, a drawing of a military tank, and in right, drawing showing machines powered by water. Learners now turn page number 16. Michelangelo, 1475 to 1564, was another Renaissance artist with versatile skills that included art, painting, architecture, as well as poetry. He too came from a place near Florence and later worked in Rome. He is best known for his skill as a sculptor and for his painting of the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican in Rome. Michelangelo was a famous artist not only in his lifetime but is also called the greatest artist of all times. Other than these, there were scholars and scientists like Galileo Galilei and Copernicus, who studied astronomy and put forward logical and correct theories about the solar system and movement of planets, although these were not then accepted by the church. Renaissance changed Europe. As a result of interaction with the Muslim world, Portugal produced experts in mathematics, cartography, and naval technology. The Roman numeral system was replaced by the decimal system, and the inventions of algebra allowed more advanced mathematics. The discovery of papermaking and the invention of the printing press, brought by the Arabs from China and further refined by Gutenberg, made books and information more easily available. A large number of Greek and Arabic works on medicine, the sciences, and philosophy were translated and distributed throughout Europe. Aristotle's rational and logical approach to knowledge influenced the scholars at the upcoming universities in Europe, which were observing and spreading the new knowledge during the Renaissance. Learners now open page number 17. The Age of Discovery. This intellectual curiosity led to the exploration of the then world and the discovery of the unknown world too. Al-Idrisi's map and notes inspired land and sea exploration. There was also great improvement in shipbuilding and the use of coordinates. Coordinate means an instrument for measuring angles to check a ship's position at sea. Astrobals. Astrobals means an instrument used for measuring distance of star, planets, etc. to calculate the positions of the ship. Clocks and the magnetic compass, which was a great help in navigation. These advances led to the age of discovery in Europe as well as in Muslim countries. Among those who traveled far and wide by land routes were Marco Polo, his father and his uncle Al-Baruni, and most famously Ibn Battuta. Discovery of the sea route to India. There were economic reasons too for these explorations. One of them was to find an alternative sea route for trade with the East, which the Muslims had dominated so far. The trade in species was very profitable as they were used as preservatives and to discuss the taste of poorly preserved food as well as for medicinal purposes. Portuguese, Italian, and Spanish explorers looked for trade routes to the Indian Ocean as the East was an important source of goods, especially cotton, silk, indigo, and spices. It goes to the credit of the Portuguese to have been the first Europeans to sail directly from Europe to India. Portugal leads in exploration. By the 15th century, Portugal, a small country to the west of Spain, had developed some of the best ships and navigational techniques in Europe, which improved trade by sea. Prince Henry of Portugal, known as the Navigator, was very interested in ships and navigation, and he played a major role in organizing the voyage. The European, particularly the Portuguese, wanted easier trade route to the east for its gold and silver and its species which sold for huge sums of Europe. Land routes were long and dangerous. Besides, they had to pay taxes to the mainly Muslim kingdoms they had to cross to get to the east. Portuguese explorers took over from the Italians and Spanish to find trade routes to the Indian Ocean as the east was an important source of trading goods, especially for cotton, silk, indigo, and spices. Finally, in 1488, Bartolomeo, spelled Bartolomeo in English, dies rounded. Learners on this page in figure 3.6, you can see Vasco da Gama landing at Calicut in 1498. Learners now turn page number 18. On this page, you can see a map. In figure 3.7, map showing routes taken by Portuguese explorer in red marks. The Cape of Good Hope, the southernmost tip of the African continent, and discovered the Indian Ocean. However, he turned back without going further east. He was followed by Vasco da Gama, who set sail in 1497 to find Christians and species in the Indies under the patronage of King Manuel I of Portugal. Vasco da Gama set out from Lisbon, the capital of Portugal, and sailing southward from Portugal along the African coast and around the Cape of Good Hope. He reached Calicut on the eastern coast of India in 1498. He put up at Calicut, an important trading center of southern India. One of the stone pillars he had brought with him from Portugal to prove that the Portuguese were the first European nation to come to India. Vasco da Gama was the first European to sail directly to India. His adventure led to move voyage further east by others. The discovery of the continent of America. In 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed westwards to find an alternate route to India, not knowing about the landmass of the North and South American. continents across the Atlantic Ocean. By sailing west, Columbus thought he could reach the Indies, meaning India, the species Iceland, and China more easily than by going east. After several years of trying to get funds, he was helped by King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain, who provided him with three ships to make the journey. In 1492, Columbus set across the Atlantic Ocean, and when he reached land after a month at sea, he thought it was the Indias. Hence, the island where he landed are called West Indies, and inhabitants were called West Indians. 10 years later, another Portuguese explorer, Amerigo Vespucci, confirmed that this landmass was not India but a new continent which was named America after him. Learners, do reading carefully, underline the difficult words, learn vocab, and write on loose sheet. After reading, you can solve the question answers. Take care. Allah Hafiz.